So over 10 years ago, we all met through a now defunct car forum called ImportsNC. Running that forum was a central part of my late teens and early 20s and introduced me to a lot of local enthusiasts. Luckily, one guy, Eric, likely sparked by the recent purchase of his new black S2000, threw out the idea of a dragon trip to some old forum members. Only a few of us took him up on the idea, but man, are we glad we did.
All the way back there?
Loud and clear. And we wasted no time getting to the tail of the dragon, turned on the GoPro, buckled up, and it was time for our first run down the mountain.
Man, this is amazing.
So after some spirited driving, we made our way to Fontana Dam, local landmark and common photo spot for nearly every car group visiting the Dragon. There's 5 of us on this trip, with an interesting mix of vehicles. Other than this beautiful black S2000, we've got the sleek G37S, and a bone stock, but certainly proven capable, Lexus ISF. I've got a soft spot for that thing. We've got my 94 MR2, and the outlier must be Aaron's insane aero, crazy turbo build S2000. This has got to be the nicest, home-built, modified car I've ever seen. Except he doesn't follow directions well, clearly. After a few more photo stops, we decided to take a long loop over and through the Cherahela Skyway. It is worth pausing driving videos right now to make sure you understand this is a must-visit road if you're in the area. So unfortunately, we didn't have the cameras rolling, but it was sunset and we had the road completely to ourselves. After leaving Fontana Dam, we went back through the Dragon, took some interesting back roads, got us to a couple boring ones, but eventually we got over to Tellico Plains, which is the beginning of the Cherahela Skyway. And when I say we had this place to ourselves, wow. We rarely saw a single car in all of this nearly hour of driving. We took that all the way back into Robbinsville and stopped into Papa's Pizza. We all agreed, highly recommended if you're in the area. So we took dinner back to the house we rented for the weekend, and of course immediately began telling stories of the day we just had, while looking forward to the next one. Waking up to rain wasn't in the plans, but it didn't stop us from continuing to enjoy one of the greatest driving roads in the country. Our time was limited, however, as we all had obligations calling us home. There's nothing like a near 10-year reunion with old friends to remind you how much some things can change, while others remain exactly the same. Careers have progressed, and families have grown, and certainly the cars have gotten a little nicer. But that feeling of getting behind the wheel on an open, winding road is just as exciting as ever. For those a part of this trip, thank you. This was one of the most fun automotive weekends I've ever had. And certainly, it was long overdue. For anyone else watching, go find your winding road. It's probably the same for you too.